All right, guys. You're watching live tonight, 8:30, with Savage Nights with Hughisha Rose.
Alpheus Bowman.
We're going to talk about if it's okay or if it's
Miss,
comfortable for men and women to have best friends of the opposite sex.
so Miss Rose,
What's that?
is it okay for a man and a woman to be best friends?
Absolutely, guys. I believe it's okay. Anything's possible. This is my lovely best
And this
friend.
is my beautiful best friend.
We've been best friends for a while now. And to me, our relationship is pretty normal. We talk about everything, we do things together, we laugh, we talk about our relationship issues, people we might have hung out with, all type of things. To me, it's okay and it's possible. It's all in what you allow to happen. And what both of you guys have behind the scenes
It's your
towards each
business.
other. I mean, it's just common sense. I mean, Alfie is a great best friend. He's a guy. Sometimes girls and girls can't be best friends. It's always drama. So this is my buddy.
And
But
sometimes dudes can't be best friends.
they can.
That's my homie right
That's
there.
that's the way it works. So I'm his girl best friend. He's my guy best friend. It works out for us. There's no other intents. We're just best friends. But I want to ask Alfie now.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you think it's okay?
I think it's an amazing thing. All my female friends, I have female friends. I have a lot of male friends, but I have a lot more female friends than I have male friends. And we all get along well. You know what I'm saying? But people make an issue out of something that don't need to be made an issue out of. Like they want to say we're more than what we are. We're best friends. We keep trying to tell people that, and they don't listen. They just do what they want to do. They want to assume what they want to assume, and now we just don't even say nothing. We just go on about our business. But it's okay for you to have a male best friend, and it's okay for you to have a female best friend. Stop taking life so serious. Like, just go on with life. You know, just take life day by day.
I think the issue is in society that everybody's so traditional. It's 2019. Things are done different. People do different things.
Agreed.
Um,
Facts.
the main thing is most people see it as women and women are best friends, men and men are best friends. You know, that's the way it's supposed to work in the public eye. But there's a lot of time where you have men and women who are best friends and there's no hidden intent. You know, we're just best friends. Like I said, you talk about everything, you do things together. You can talk to that person about things you can't talk to other people about. And sometimes that's just how it works. Other times, not to excuse the people who do it, but there is a lot of times where best friend men and women are sleeping together or
Doing what they're
behind
doing.
the scenes, dating or whatever the case may be. Not all the time is that the case. Y'all got to learn that things are done very, very differently today. And it's okay to have a man or a female as your best friend. I just feel like whoever you're comfortable with to share your personal things with, um,
Your ups, your downs.
everything, like in a whole, it's 50-50. If I have something to tell you, nine times out of 10, once I open up, you got something to open up about. And that's how
Absolutely.
you build the relationship. I personally see nothing wrong with it. I think that it's okay. You do what you do. You be friends with whoever you want to be friends with. Some people you don't expect to be that close to, and then other times it just happens that way. That's just the way life goes. I think a lot of people make it a bigger issue than what it needs to be and look too far into it. Sometimes I think also the other party is guilty as to why they think that these two people are doing something. And that's not even the case all the time. Now, again, I'm
Well,
not
what about
excusing the
this?
people who do it. But
But what about this? What if, you know, we're not saying this is what we're doing, okay? We want you guys to understand, but it's a question because the question is always asked of us. What if you're best friends and it goes further than that?
now, if that happens, then that's awesome. Sometimes you build a relationship with your best friend in order to build that perfect mate or to know if that person's your perfect mate. It just happens like that. Not all the time do you plan on your best friend being your significant other or your other half. It just randomly happens.
Happens.
Feelings get attached. Y'all spend so much time together. Y'all both single, and it just ends up that way. Now, if you're in a relationship and you go down this path, come on, guys. Like,
That's a problem.
what's really going on? Were you guys really best friends in the beginning, or were you doing something all along? Now, that's a question that will be raised because people don't know. You never know what the intent might have been. Like I said, if you're single and it just happens, it just happens. If it doesn't happen. 9 times out of 10, it does. But there's still that one person or one couple or one friendship out of the group that won't end like that. So, with that being said, I mean, things just happen. But it's up to you and that other individual to figure out, where you're going with that. So, I'm just trying to understand where people get these ideas from that all best friends sleep together, or women and men can't be best friends.
You have to be an adult about this. Honestly, that's what it boils down to. Being an adult, like we're adults, so we can be friends. We know our limits. We know what we can say and what we can't say to each other. We know what's going to pluck each other's nerve and what's not. She plucks my nerve all the time. I pluck hers every second I get. But that's my best friend. I can do that.
That's the way it works, guys.
You know what I'm saying?
You set boundaries. There's a line that you draw in your friendship that kind of, tells you where you're going, or, hey, that's my line. Don't go cross it. Don't overstep your boundaries. Don't make me feel uncomfortable. None of the above. And that's how friendships work. I can tell this guy anything, and sometimes he tells me stuff I don't want to hear. Sometimes he tells me stuff that I need to hear. And that's the way it needs to work. But sometimes you don't have that person that you can go to. Unfortunately, I have a family that I can go to. Not all the time are they going to say what I want to hear, but a lot of the times they say what I need to hear. And I take it, I, absorb it, I process it, I put it in a file box in my brain, in the back. But it works, and I think about it sometimes. I'm like, okay, my mom said don't do X, Y, and Z. Or that person's not your friend if you can't blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it's just like that. But
It's life.
it's life.
It's life,
But it's
guys.
life. You have to realize that things in life happen. But there's absolutely nothing wrong with a man having a female as a friend, or a best friend, or have a woman woman having a guy as her best friend. You have to know these things. Like, things like this just happen. You don't
Absolutely.
go out like, today I'm gonna go outside and see if I can find me a male best friend. Or I'm gonna go find the hottest chick
And
and
that'll
make her
be
my
my best
best
friend.
friend and piss her man off. You know what I'm saying? That's not the intent ever. You just go outside, you meet people, you mix and mingle, you talk, and next thing you know, you talk so much and become so close that you end up as best friends.
But like Isha said earlier, she did say this to you
Having wine, guys.
guys. She's having some Moscato, folks. But if you are in a relationship with someone, okay, and you do have a female friend and you are spending a little too much time, just remember, if you're going to go that route, or if you feel the relationship with your best friend's going that route, please don't leave that person staying, just hanging there. That's wrong. You know, be honest with the person that you're with. And if the person that you're with is no longer the person you want to be with, then let that person know before you move on to something else, because then you're creating a problem not only with the new person that's your best friend, but you created an even bigger problem with the person that you're with. You know what I'm saying? And
That
that's
makes the
not fair.
situation messy.
And it's
It
not
makes it
fair.
messy. It makes it messy and it's unfair. Who wants to know that their man or their woman is out with this other guy or woman, and anything could be possible, or anything could be going on, or you got to think in the back of your mind what's happening? Nobody wants to feel like that. You treat others how you want to be treated.
Amen.
There's no other way around that. Um, you pretty much need to just get it together, be man or woman enough to pull up your big drawers
Hmm.
and approach that person with the situation. Look, hey, I kind of gathered this best friend, didn't expect it to quite go this way, but everything here hasn't been right. So I went and found this other person. Now I'm interested. Now you give that other person the opportunity to be like, hey, I'm out of here. I don't want to deal with this. You're
Your
pretty much in love or dating two people at the same time.
your brain somewhere else.
I don't want to share you. Some people don't want to be shared. And that's absolutely understandable. You don't have to be shared. You agree and participate in what you want to agree and participate in. You never make a person feel like they're stuck or they don't have an option or you're the only option because you're never the only option. There's other men and women out here that aren't going to do that to them. And you have to understand and respect that. There's a line I feel like between men and women that should never be crossed or broken. And people need to understand that. It's not just about you, it's about that other person too. And sometimes if it makes them feel uncomfortable, you kind of need to find a way to create a median or a line where you're not making your significant other feel uncomfortable, but you're not completely ignoring or stepping away from that friend. Because that friend might be the only good friend you have.
Amen.
Sometimes it happens like that. You can't just run that person away being selfish and having your own ideas of what you think things should be like. Things could be a lot of ways. Well, who's to say your way is right? I mean, it's a good question to ask. Who's to say that your way is right? Nobody's to say. So you don't make decisions being selfish. You kind of need to keep that person open and
Hello.
understand. Hello,
Hello.
understanding what is going
Jesus.
on and where you are in the relationship. If you two are not in the same book, same chapter, and in the same paragraph, it's time to change the book.
Agreed. I listen. I say this, you know, because we all live really weird here lately in these last, I'd say 5, 10 years. You know, everybody's all living in the past. Don't want everybody trying to get to the future too quickly. Like live your life day by day. Because the one thing we're all not promised to do, we can all go in these houses and wherever and lay in our beds and not wake up tomorrow. So why are you living trying to get to the future so quickly? And why are you continuing to stay in the past? Get out of there. There's nothing there. It already happened. It was yesterday. We're here today, right now, today. So you have to live life that way. You know what I'm saying? You can't live life, oh, I'm trying to do this in the future. We're all trying to do something in the future. But if we don't wake up tomorrow, how are we going to do that?
So you gotta kind of live for the moment, you
Just saying.
know? Just saying. You gotta kind of live in the moment. There's absolutely nothing wrong with having the opposite sex be your best friend. It also, as I'm sitting here and I think, and we're talking about this, we're having this conversation, and we're talking to you guys about this, it's kind of weird because I'm sitting here and I'm having this conversation and we're talking, the topic's all cool, we're flowing, and in the back of my brain, I'm just sitting here like, it takes a real mature man or a real mature woman to be able to accept the fact and not feel some type of way about their other half having that opposite sex best friend.
Holla back if you can.
You have to be real mature about it. If you're not mature and you're not in a stage in your life where you understand and you see the bigger picture and you're not looking for every little thing to be wrong or go wrong, you can get a lot more out of the situation than most people will. It's just how it works.
And trust us, we're not saying we're perfect because we're adults here. Fucked up relationships. Our own relationships, we've screwed them up. We've tried to repair them. We tried to do whatever we could to fix it, and it didn't happen.
We're
It is what
human.
it is.
We're
It's
human.
human.
We're
It's
human.
human nature. So my advice, I'm single and I enjoy it, honestly, because I go my life day by day. I don't have to explain myself to no one. I probably explain myself to her more than I explain myself to anybody that I deal with, because I talk to her every day. First thing in the morning, we send a text back and forth to each other just to say good morning. If nothing else, we say good morning. We say good night. We talk. We see each other. You know what I'm saying? So just live your life, folks. Please, just live your life.
And
Don't.
it's never been any funny business. Like it's honest, true, just honest, genuine friendship. Like honest and true and genuine. It's a really close knit relationship. And it's really cool because now I have this person that when I don't want to go to my mom, or I don't want to go to my grandma, or I want to go to my brothers and sisters, or my cousins, or my dad, or my man, or whoever, I don't have to. I can have this relationship with my best friend
Hmm.
who understands me.
Hello.
That's not going to just look at his side as being right or my side being right. He's going to look at both sides and be like, hey, no, you're wrong, and I'm going to tell you why you're wrong. But also at the same time, he's wrong or she's wrong about XYZ, because that's in his voice, XYZ. But that's because that's just the relationship that we have. But only real friendships have that kind of understanding where you can do that. And it takes a real strong foundation and a real strong couple to be able to bear that friendship. And know that there's no lines being crossed or no things happening or, not that thought in the back of your head that's like, oh, you know what? Isha says she's going to go out with Alfie tonight. Wonder how that's going to go. What are they going to be doing? I kind of think they're doing something, but not gonna say anything. I'm gonna just kind of let them ruin it for themselves, And then you look like an ass at the end because then you're like, oh, well, nothing was really happening. They went to Babylon together because that's one of our spots. Hello, they got great chicken wings and great buffalo shrimp. We
Mm-hmm.
go there, smoke a little hookah, turn up to, might be Belladonna or whoever it is for the night plan, and we just enjoy each other's company. There's not
Anything going on?
and not all the time is there, like an intent. People are like, oh, are y'all dating? No, we're best friends. Stop trying to put us in a relationship.
I told you we don't even say anything anymore.
Oh my goodness. It's
It's
so
so old.
hilarious and old now that we just make jokes about it. You see how we can sit here with you all and have this conversation because it's just like, how do people misconstrue
And guess what,
what it
folks?
is?
Guess what, folks? It's just not you guys. Our own families do it to us. Our own families.
All the time.
My family, her family. When y'all going to like stop planning and just get to be together? Like we're not together.
Oh, that's your boyfriend. You spend a lot of time together.
That's your
This,
girlfriend.
that, and the third. No, we're just amazing friends. You
Why can't we
know,
just be that?
sometimes I don't want to talk to my girlfriends about everything because sometimes they don't understand the way he might get me and understand. He might be like, "Oh, Isha, you just being you. Shut up, stop crying." And I'd be like, "Dude, but I'm really going through something. Like that really hurt my feelings. Like, are you not getting what I'm saying here?" And he'd be like, "You're over exaggerating. Drink this little wine and sit your happy ass down." And I'd be like, okay. But only he can have that conversation with me because I feel comfortable. It's like I know he's sincere about what it is that he's trying to get across to me.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And sometimes,
And same for
again,
her, y'all. Same for her.
sometimes it don't come across that way when other people say it. You know what I'm saying? So you're like, oh, I understand what they're saying, but, and then I listen to him and I'm like, shit, they just said the same thing, but I'm gonna go with it because now he's saying it. You know, a lot of the times he be right. I'd be like, okay, whatever. My mom said that yesterday, and I'm just gonna keep going with it. But it is what it is. Look, we're outside tonight. We decided to tape our first live show outside tonight. And now you hear the guy in the background with his motorcycle. It's actually pretty cool.
That's a
Oh no,
Challenger.
that's his Challenger. He got the Challenger out tonight. So it's pretty cool because he's out here started up. You hear his engine revving up in the back of his tag say, "You hear me." I hear you doing what? Making all that noise, waking up all the neighbors.
Messing up our live streaming right now.
Messing up our video,
Come on
you
now.
know. But we're outside enjoying the fresh air, just being us, relaxing, doing what we do best, having conversation with the world as we do with each other. So these topics that we're going to be talking about on this channel is a lot of the things we talk about just one on one with just me and him because I be trying to understand it. He be trying to understand sometimes too. Like, how
And
does this
guys,
work?
please listen down in the comments, please. If you got topics you want us to talk about, leave them in the comments. We'll talk about it.
Please,
We'll investigate it. We'll study it, and
please.
we will talk about it. This is why we're here. This is for grown folks conversation.
Yeah,
We
just
want
to
the grown
see.
folks to get involved without all the craziness. You know what I'm saying? You might see some crazy stuff on this show.
You absolutely might. This is Hughisha Rose and
Alpheus
Alpheus
Bowman.
Bowman.
You
Okay?
might see some crazy stuff on this show, and that to us is showing you our realness, our real side. You know what I'm saying?
Who we are.
We're not fake people. We don't do fake things. We just want to have fun. You know, meet new people. Heart.
Heart, heart,
LOL.
LOL.
Listen.
Poopy emoji.
Right. Basically, guys, the moral of it was it's okay for you to have an opposite sex best friend and to live your life, people. Please. You'll hear me say it so many times in these shows. Get out of the past, stop trying to get to the future, and live day by day. Live for
That's
the moment.
that's this dude's motto.
I live
And
by
I'd be
that.
like, well, I did. I left it alone. He's like, but you're still talking about it, so it's
As long
bothering you
if you
still.
and she's right. If you're still discussing what happened yesterday in your past, right, wrong, or indifferent, leave it where it is. Because every time you bring that into your house, you're bringing all that negative energy in your home. Listen, I tell everybody,
It's not worth it.
anybody who knows me, once I get out of whatever car I come home in from work, I left work in that car. I don't bring that into my house. Because when you bring it into your house, all you're doing is bringing the negative energy in. And if people keep letting negative energy get in their way, it's going to be what it's going to be. So you can't continue to say, oh, well, this, that. No, you can't, because you keep bringing the past, or you bring the negative in with you. And when you bring the negative in with you, it goes nowhere.
I don't want the negative energy, guys.
I don't like negative
It
energy.
drains me.
It kills
I get
me.
an instant migraine.
Huh, now?
I need to take BC
Hmm.
or something. Go to sleep. I don't take my medication.
Me and Motion 800 are best friends because of the headaches I get from people at work or wherever.
That's how I feel at the end of the day. I'm just like stuck. My eyes get big. They you see, I look like mom right now. But that's how I feel, and I don't want to feel drained.
Are the NBA finals on yet?
I don't. You know what? That's a good question. I don't know, but enough about
Go Toronto.
no.
Go Toronto.
You know what?
Kick that ass, Toronto.
Toronto might win tonight. I don't know. Might be the last game, guys.
I'm tired of
Golden
seeing
State.
Cleveland, Golden State in the finals.
Oh, it's hard. I kind
Sick
of
of them.
like Golden State
I
though.
like them, but I'm tired of seeing them. It
I
needs to
kind
be
of
some
like
new
them.
blood.
I don't know.
Whatever.
See, this is kind of debates you have with your best friend.
Listen, I'm
This
sick
is
of
why it's awesome. Because first of all, most men don't think it's cool or realize that a lot of women watch sports.
yeah,
I'm into sports. I
we
grew
watch
up
football together.
in a family where men played basketball in my family. My little sister's the only one in our family that's ever played basketball. She's the only one that probably should have tried, honestly, because I don't think no other women in our family can dribble a ball.
Hey,
So, with that being said, we do all those things together. We talk about sports, we laugh, this, that, and the third, and it just is what it is. So, guys, it is okay.
please subscribe.
It is okay to have your male or your female
Be best
significant
friends.
other
Be best friends.
have best friends of the opposite sex. Let it go. My favorite motto is let it go like Frozen.
Hmm.
They sung that beautiful song, Let It Go, for a reason. Let it go. It's 2019, guys. It's more common than ever for people of the opposite sex to be best friends.
roommates,
roommates.
whatever, guys.
Don't
Look,
mean that the roommates are sleeping together because they live in a house together. I have my room where I go and I shut my door, and he has his room where he goes and he shuts his door. And that's just how it works. So let it be what it is. Trust your mate. If you have a strong foundation and y'all have that bond, then there's nothing to worry about. I feel
mm,
like if you're worried, then you know 9 times out of 10, you're
you know,
not doing something right.
oh man,
Something to make that person feel like they just need to do something. Then you
man,
get that guilty conscience because you know that it's possible to happen, but you push that person there. So don't push.
my conscience is clear.
Mine is so clear. You know,
My conscience is
I
clear.
love life. I love my best friend. I love
Yeah,
my other best friends. I love my homegirls. I love my family. You know, I love my
we love everybody.
other side of the world. You know, I just love everything. What's love got to do with it?
Mm, everything,
Everything,
everything.
guys. Realize it. Everything.
Just love. Stop being assholes in the world today. That's what a lot of what I see. So, people just being assholes. People trying to be better than the other. Like, just live your life, people. If you can help somebody, help them. If you can't, it is what it is.
Let it go.
Listen, I don't expect anybody to help me, but I appreciate any help I ever get in my life.
Pretty much, guys.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't expect anybody to help me. If you do, you do. If you don't, you don't. It's not going to hurt me one way or the other. But I'm still going to love you.
Absolutely.
It's just about life. Have fun.
You
Enjoy
gotta
your
live.
life
You gotta live. Live for the moment. Not for yesterday or tomorrow,
today.
but for today.
Today.
You have to.
And you
Enjoy, embrace, love, be happy, have friends,
and like I
enjoy
say, you guys
life.
are going to hear me say it again and again and again. I'm going to beat this into y'all's heads until you understand it and live that life. You got to live that life.
Well, guys, it's getting dark.
And I'm getting blacker, so we got to go.
He's disappearing.
Got to go.
But
Hey,
we will be back.
and look out for Black Scorpion.
Black Scorpion is his clothing line. Look out for La Jefe, which is the woman's clothing line coming from me for children and little girls and women. You'll see that coming a lot. I'll also have some t-shirts and hats for men and belts. So look forward to that. I'm thinking about throwing in some socks because I see a lot of cool little funky socks that I'm into these days. So,
I'm a
you know, I
sock
have a
freak.
lot of my own ideas. He's a sock freak. I'm a sock freak. I got people, kids that love socks. So, yeah, just pay attention. Keep your eyes open. Again, that's La Jefe for the women, and that's Black Scorpion for his line. Also, you can follow us on Facebook at Hughisha Alpheus for our Savage Night page. You'll also see live postings, events, and all kinds of other things uploaded on that page as well. Keep live with us. Subscribe, guys. Come on, follow, 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 follow,
And once again,
follow.
please leave comments on topics that you want to discuss. And like I said, we will discuss it.
We will. It will be nice where we have others join us and sit in on these chats where you'll see us all on TV live screen, streaming a lot. So just look out for our next live screen. Tonight's Savage Nights is over with, guys. We'll be back later on this week with more to talk about. Post, so we can know what kind of topics you guys want to hear and see where we're going with things, how you like our page, things we can do differently. Next time we'll probably be in the house. Who knows where we'll be. We decided tonight to sit outside. It was nice, not raining anymore. Now it's getting dark, and we're getting dark.
And just listen, whatever you guys' topics are, we're just going to give you our feelings. We want you guys to chime in and say what you want to say about it. That's what we're here for. That's why we started this. We just want people to talk. You know what I'm saying? Get life together. We're trying to get our lives together.
And we will.
You know?
So stay tuned with Savage Nights with Hughisha Rose.
And Alpheus Bowman.
Have a good night, y'all.
Later.
Deuces.